All right, let's dive into the restoration of federal gun rights, because there's one big question that's on a lot of people's minds, and it's been hanging in the air for a while.
Why the holdup? It's a totally fair question. It feels like things are moving, but that official start just seems to be perpetually around the corner. So what is really going on? You know, this quote really gets to the heart of it. This isn't just about uploading a new PDF or flipping a switch on a website. The reality is, well, it's a lot more complicated. And to really get it, you have to look back, way back. Yeah, see, this isn't a new program they're just launching. It's more like they're trying to bring a massive system back from the dead after it was shut down for 3 entire decades.
The whole thing revolves around this one piece of law, 18 U.S.C. Section 925C. In simple terms, this is the legal tool that lets a person petition the government to get their firearm rights back. The interesting part is, the law never went away. What did go away was the ability for an individual to actually use it.
And this timeline really puts it all into perspective. Back in 1992, Congress essentially cut the funding for the program, and just like that, the door slammed shut on individuals for over 30 years. The whole process just stopped. It sat dormant until an executive order from President Donald Trump got the ball rolling again, which led to a special task force being created to figure out this huge undertaking.
Those executive actions basically triggered a complete rebuild of the entire infrastructure for applications and reviews, and that process is still happening today. And because of this new focus, you started to see resources like this workbook pop up to help people get prepared for the new system.
So, back to the big question. What's causing the delay right now?
Maybe the best way to understand the sheer size of this challenge is with an analogy.
Think about it this way. You find a giant, old engine that's been rusting in a field for 30 years. You can't just turn the key and expect it to work, right? No way. You have to check every single part, replace what's broken, and completely rebuild and test the whole thing before you put any real load on it. And that's exactly what's happening here.
Let's put some real numbers on this rebuild. First, you've got those 30-plus years of dormancy. That means anyone who knew how the old system worked is likely gone. The procedures are ancient, everything has to be built again from the ground up.
Then you've got the sheer volume they're expecting. The Department of Justice is getting ready for potentially 1 million applicants a year. They're not building a system for a trickle, they're building it for a flood. That takes a massive amount of tech, staffing, and security.
And finally, there's the bureaucratic part. Before they could even finalize the new rules, the DOJ had to sort through and painstakingly review over 3,000 public comments. Each one of these numbers is a huge project in itself.
So, with all these delays, does that mean you should just sit around and wait? Absolutely not. In fact, you should think of this waiting period as your preparation period.
And here's the key takeaway. While the process is being rebuilt, the law itself hasn't changed. The legal standard you have to meet is still the same. You have to show you're not a danger to public safety. And that means you can, and really you should, start building your case right now.
And the good news is, there are tools out there designed to help you do just that. You can find things like eligibility checkers online and workbooks that can guide you through gathering all the evidence you're going to need. This is a perfect chance to get ahead of the curve.
So what does preparing actually look like? Well, it kind of breaks down into 3 big steps you can work on today. First, get your records together. Court documents, personal history, all of it. Second, start thinking about your character references and reach out to them. And third, just start collecting any and all supporting documents you can find to make your case as strong as possible.
Look, I know the official government websites just say coming soon, but that engine we talked about, it's already starting to turn. The DOJ is already granting relief in some cases, which is proof the system is starting to work. So seriously, don't wait for a form to appear online to start your own work.
So we'll end on this thought. After a 30-year shutdown, the floodgates are about to open. The question isn't really whether the government will be ready. The real question is, will you be?